Hi everybody, it's Tractor Man. Had something kind of big happen today. Oh, I mean, I've been knowing it's coming for a long time, but today I paid off the very last final payment for a piece of property that I bought February 28th of 2004. Made my first payment March 28th of 2004. Made the last payment today, August 28th, 2017, 13 and a half years later. It is a quarter, the northeast quarter of the southeast quarter of a section. And Public Land Survey states, of course, a section is 640 acres. So a quarter of it's 160 acres, and a quarter of that is 40 acres. So a quarter is a 40-acre tract of land in the township and range and the meridian and the county and the state. Bought this piece of property from my grandpa. No, I didn't inherit it. No, he didn't give it to me. I did give him a life estate so he could live the rest of his life out there on the property where he had lived all his life. He was a farmer, and a small farmer back when he bought the property in 1958, I believe, for, well, a heck of a lot less than what I paid for it, of course. And it was back in a time when a man could, raise a couple of cows, some pigs, a few crops, and raise a family. Well, then, as my dad and uncle were growing up and, graduating high school and getting out on their own, is about I don't know, it was 10 years, 15 years after that. So Grandpa wasn't a real old man yet, and farming just got big. I mean, heck, even the, government entities, what was it, get big or get out? Well, I mean, he was old enough, he wasn't going to get out and go do anything else, so he still farmed, the 20 acres that's tillable of this property, and he would, cash rent 160 more acres, and that's how he lived the rest of his life. As a matter of fact, he still owed money on this. He had to sell it to pay it off, and then, because he was to the point, he was 81 when he stopped farming, and anyway, yeah, he did. When he sold this to me, he had to go pay the bank what he still owed them on it. He did give me a discount. He had it sold to somebody else. He told me he'd sell it to me for $5,000 less. And so I jumped on it. I really didn't know back at the time. I was in my real early 30s. I didn't know much about investing, really. I did buy right before I bought this, I bought a roll of Silver Eagles when silver was like, I don't know, it wasn't very much compared to today. And then for 13 and a half years, this has really cut into my silver stacking and everything else. Every month, 13 and a half years. It's over now. It's awesome. I mean, I can't believe it. I own another piece of property, a little like 3-acre piece, and I have it paid off too. And I still owe a little bit on my house here I'm living in, but I do plan to build another house. And that's not going to be on here either. This is not encumbered by a house. It's very hard when you have acreage to get full price for it when it has a house on it, and then to get full price for the house and the acreage is not really easy. So I kind of like it being out there, and it's also out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe I'll give you a kind of a little look at it here after I get this done. But anyway, yeah, that's what I did today. I'm so happy. I mean, the feeling is I own it outright. It's quite a store of wealth. You can store your wealth in the dirt without burying your silver. You know what I mean? So one thing Dad told me when I graduated college, we got to talking a little bit, and I was like, what should I do, Dad? What do you think? He was like, well, buy dirt. I was like, buy dirt? He's like, yep, they're not making any more of it. And it is worth, I got it for a good deal. Back then I didn't get it for a steal. But just, over the course of 13 and a half years, the property values on this is recreational property. This is deer hunting property. And I've just made it better for that. I could easily sell it I could have it sold tomorrow for more than double what I paid. and I could probably, if I tried real hard, I don't know if I could get triple, but I could get, up to a double and a half, probably being well advertised, and if I got the word out to the right people and stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I want to share that with you. Bucket list, mission accomplished, and on to the next one. All right, well, here's the place. You come in from the north. This is a half a mile up here to the other country road, just kind of the more traveled country road. You come a half mile south to the northwest corner of my 40, which is basically, this road. This is really a driveway. There's one older couple that lives back here, maybe another quarter of a mile down here. And really, it's a long way to the east or south to get to this property. So that's basically a semi-private driveway for a half mile down here. The driveway comes down here. Here's the old house. Here's the barn. Here's an old pond. And you can see it's kind of got algae on it. It's kind of grown up around it. I kind of like it like that. The deer use that a lot. There's another old pond here, too, that's really grown up with cattails. Here's a food plot. I usually just have that one in clover. Got another one here. It probably goes up a little further. And I don't go down this far anymore. I tried that for a year or two, but as it comes up this hill, well, let's get back in there. So it's up here. I got the best food plots down here. This is in a bottom ground area that's kind of wide. You can see these contours. This 450, that's low. The creek's just below it, and it's flat right there, and it don't get up another 10 feet till way up here. And these two little valleys right here. You can see on this side, though, it's steep. It's up. Here's 450, 10, 20. That's 30 feet higher right up here. Again, my property comes down this way. There's fence and these old trees to something down around here. It sort of follows this creek up here to basically the extension of that drive back to there. And that's my 40. You can see over here, this intersection, this convergence, confluence, I guess you'd call it, where these two creeks meet, and there's a nice narrow creek bottom here with 20 foot of relief here, 20, 30 feet of relief up here on this side. Well, I tell you what, these deer, they're just all over this. My son, right in here in this low spot, where right in here, there's a path we have mowed right down here at the bottom of that, and I did it again. Anyway, my son has a deer stand right here, and he killed 3 deer in 2 days when he was either 11 or 12 years old. Season opened Friday. He killed one Friday morning. He killed one Friday afternoon. Saturday, didn't see anything that morning, and Saturday afternoon killed another one, all out of the exact same tree stand, out of the exact same spot. It's classic. Oh, I've got all kinds of stories I could tell you. These little red dots are, sort of like where there's fruit trees. I know I put that one there. That's like the best persimmon tree on the place. It's big, and it drops tons of persimmons every year. There's 2 more, couple of twin persimmons right there, and there's a little grove of them right here. Now you can't really see them. There's a real nice persimmon tree just kind of coming up here, and there's persimmons all over. I have planted apple and pear trees. I just kind of put these dots here, but they're probably a little more spread out. I think I got them back up into here. This year, I made this, I don't know, a year or 2 ago, but right in here in this food plot, I've planted a row of apple and pear trees as well. Just a couple. I've got them just kind of spread around over here behind this pond and this food plot. You can hunt this. This property hunts so much bigger than 40 acres. My goodness. Anyway, there it is. That's it. You can see our 4-wheeler trails and tractor trails where those videos I've been making, like when my tractor failed, and you can discing with the Ford tractor, all that has been down here in this food plot. That's the one we're kind of working with this year. Usually what we do is we'll plant a different one every year, and have the others in clover. And that way they sit and they grow for 3 years, I guess, in clover, which fixes nitrogen to the soil. It's a really good way. I've never sprayed a drop of Roundup or a granule of fertilizer, or heck, I've never even limed it, which I should probably do because the acidic soil around here. Okay, here is a true-to-life, factual reenactment of how Farm World got its name. Tractor Crew is here with me. She's going to be playing the part of herself. I will be playing the part of myself. And back then, okay, to set the stage, she was about probably 2 years old, 13 now, and she used to like to go out to the farm.
Hey Dad, can we go to Food Plot?
Yeah, sure, let's go. So, me and Tractor Crew would go out to Food Plot. It first got called. And we'd go out there, we would look at whatever we're growing, the clover or the oats or the turnips or whatever we'd planted that year. And, we were just talking along kind of out of nowhere. Hey, Tractor Crew, look, persimmons, they're yummy. And then out of nowhere at all came...
Dad, how do we get this Farm World?
And there you have it. It's been Farm World ever since. I went ahead and explained to her how... Did you turn it off?
No.
Okay, there you have it. I went ahead and explained to her how we bought the Farm World from Grandpa, and it's been Farm World ever since. All right, we'll catch y'all later. Bye.